Charles Darwin, the father of evolution. The guy who gave us the idea that we're all related to bananas and monkeys. But guess what? Darwin wasn't just a serious, scientific genius, he was a full-on goofy guy too, a total silly goose. Let me tell you about the time he was out in South America for 6 months, trying to find a rhea. It's like an ostrich, but fancier. So after all that work, where does he find one? On his dinner plate. Yeah, Darwin was casually eating it when he suddenly has an epiphany. Wait a minute, I think this is the bird I've been chasing. He freaks out, throws his half-eaten dinner aside, and spends the next few hours carefully collecting the bones, scraps, and leftovers and ships them back to England to study. Talk about a wild dinner party, right? Darwin wasn't just picky about the birds he ate. Oh no. He tasted everything: turtles, armadillos, iguanas. You name it, natural selection, more like survival of the tastiest. But that's not even the weirdest thing about him. He fed his own toenails to a carnivorous plant. Why? I don't know. Maybe he thought they needed a little snack. Spoiler, the plant wasn't a fan. It spit him out. Darwin, ever the romantic, married his first cousin, Emma. Together, they had 10 children, only 7 of whom survived to adulthood, with several suffering from birth defects. But what's even more ironic is that Darwin, before making the connection, actually theorized about the negative effects of inbreeding. He tested this theory by breeding cousin tomatoes and peas. Sure enough, the offspring were weird, deformed, and vulnerable to disease. It seems Darwin didn't realize the personal irony of experimenting on plants with the same inbreeding pattern that was happening in his own family. Oh, and remember how Darwin was into observing animal behavior? He once asked his wife, who was a trained pianist, to play violin music for earthworms because ... Why not? The worms, of course, were not impressed. Imagine being the earthworm, minding your own business, and suddenly you're subjected to a concert. Yeah, they were like, we'll pass on this one, thanks. So yes, while Charles Darwin changed the world with his ideas about evolution, let's not forget he was a silly man who loved weird experiments, questionable dinners, and probably the world's strangest hobbies. But hey, that's what makes him Darwin, a genius with a very weird side.